Good to see you.
Alright there, Revenants, welcome back to Code Vein in the Road 100, where today we are taking a look at the Black Halberd and one specific attack in particular. So the regular heavy attack of this weapon is a ground slam. However, there is nothing you can do to speed up this weapon. There's nothing you can do to cancel. There's nothing you can do to like pre-queue a move or an attack or something to do anything to cancel out of it or anything. It just is really slow, but it is a 60% multiplier, so it's a 160% damage value of what we see here on the card. So we're about 1,000, so it's about 1,600 damage when it comes out.
Just keep an eye out while you're busy.
Thanks, Mia. And that 1,600 is multiplied by 1.2 for the ice value, and then whatever the enemy's weaknesses are for ice, we will also gain that into our damage value. Now, since we're going to be getting slapped all over the place, we are bringing all of the focus values here, so we can be focused for that extra 10% damage all the time, while we have our increased time here, duration. So we have 38 seconds instead of 20 seconds for our focus, which will then be cut down to about 25 seconds for the duration of ice buff. So that's a 10% increase. We'll have the 20% from here and the 20% from here. So that's a 50% increase to our damage output while we are focused, which is great. So 1,600 times 1.5 is 2,400. And then we will have whatever the weaknesses are. So we'll be punching up around 2,700, 3,000, and then we'll have Bridge to Glory, which will bring us 540. So we'll be punching around 3,500 or so when we start activating everything. So then we'll be bringing Impact Wave and Precision, because we have a very, very, very long time of a wind-up on this weapon. And the important thing is that we don't want to be staggered while we are doing the attack, because if we stagger the enemy and hit them with Impact Wave and Precision active, then we will be guaranteed a follow-up attack. So we bring Royal Heart to mitigate any kind of retaliation strikes. So this is what we will do. It's kind of a strange developed set here, and there's really nothing, how things go. So that is what we are trying to do there, and you can see that there's no real attack pattern for it. It's just wait and wait and wait for a pretty much guaranteed opening, and then go for the overhead heavy attack. So like I said, because we're going to be getting slapped around so very much, being focused through here is going to be really, really helpful. And for these guys in particular, it's important that we dispatch them quickly, because they are the ones that will kill us, for sure. Okay, whoops. Good job, Mia. Okay, let's go for just an attack. So you can see that we already stagger pretty heavily on these guys, when even just with the heavy attack, because it is a heavy attack and it is a pretty heavy weapon. So all things considered, it actually does quite well already. It doesn't need really any sort of crazy encouragement to be engaged. Okay, so you can see there that he interrupted our attack, which is not great. Okay, so and as you can see, we cut these guys down in about 2 attacks already, and we don't even have everything active all at one time. So you can see that because we don't have everything active all at one time, we do have some problems here with iCore recovery and such. So that is, definitely a real problem for us that we have to really, really, really try and pay attention to. But as you can see, we definitely have enough power built in that we're okay. We just need to kind of manage ourselves as we go through here, because otherwise we can get into trouble very, very, very quickly. Okay, good. Now we got everything active here pretty much. So let's go for the overheads. 4,500 is pretty good. So 3 strikes, you're out. And then this guy will kill us immediately pretty much if we let him run around. So we have to dispatch him quickly. So very, very good. So you can see that because we are running a 40% ice, it doesn't matter what, as a general here, we're running 40% ice. So it doesn't matter what enemies do. We will always be higher than all of their resistances combined for ice, and so we can always have a damage increase because we're able to go up above, way up above and beyond the enemy's ice resists. And especially for all the fire enemies, we just massacre them because of the fact that we are already doing a huge amount of ice damage, and we proc their ice weakness. So that's very, very, very nice. Okay, let's go for this, and we'll just hit this guy here a little bit. Oh, I should have let him do his little fire pool, so we could have gotten focus there. We'll go for the ice, and we'll just get a little bit more ichor here as we go. Okay. Good. Okay. Oh. Now we can go for some attacks here. Okay. Ouch. Okay. And there's some definite value there coming in from the ability to take the hit and keep moving. So very, very nice. But we got hit once when our shields were down a little bit there, so to speak, and he took half our life in one hit. So we are living on a knife's edge here as we run around because of the fact that we literally have no defense against anything except fire, which is great that we have what we have because we do have defense against fire. So that's very nice. Okay. And we'll go for this and bridge. So this is a pretty different kind of way to engage with these guys because typically you want to have many abilities to attack an enemy with a follow-up, and this does not allow you any kind of follow-up at all. It just makes sure that you are always engaging from a standpoint of, well, I just trust the build and hopefully we get lucky enough to have enough ichor to always have fire defense up and running. So pretty difficult there to make that work because most of the time you just have to be hitting the enemy, and this is a very slow acting setup here. And you can see we took one hit there and we lost 2/3 of our health. So we absolutely are not built in any kind of way to manage a physical throwdown with anyone at all. We are just built for, doing one thing and one thing only. And that is to do the heavy attack when we have enough ichor to be invincible to fire. Oops. I just jumped into the wall there. Oh, and we got knocked into the wall again. Oh, we're gonna die to spike balls here. Okay, so you can see our values here in focus land is definitely helping us, with what we are doing here to get focused. So we always have that ice buff active, which is great. So let's go ahead and heal like 3 more times again here. So you can see that when we're up against anything other than a fire enemy, we are like mega weak, and we have no real capability of survival here. So it is really problematic for us. Okay, but now that we're invincible again, we're gonna leave him alone, and we'll go for the guys that can hurt us. Good. And we'll go for our overheads here, which is nice that we can do these attacks over and over. So you can see that it does set us up for success, that we can always have a follow-up, because we are pretty much guaranteed that we are going to stagger them with that overhead attack. And the nice thing is that we are able to have enough time in the follow-up attack that we can get a second attack off, which that's typically pretty hard to do with these heavy attacks and with these different things that we got running here. We can absolutely pull it off with what we have running here, so it's really, really nice that that's even a possibility. Okay, so let's get ice going. We'll get impact wave going. Ouch. Ouch. Okay. Oh, and there's why we... oh, there's a good applicate. Oh, okay. Okay. Alright. Hopefully Mia is okay over there. Let's go ahead and heal up. Okay, let's get rid of this thing. Yeah, things are absolutely falling apart here. So... okay, we are focused. So that means we get ice, which is great. Okay. Now, you can see why this setup is not super preferred, right? Because we are just relying on some small gimmicks here, and it's not really a great understanding of, you know, what your gifts can do for you. And there's Royal Heart coming in super handy all over the place there, allowing us to kind of bunk our way through here with a little bit of a problem. So that's nice. We definitely get some benefit there of having longer focus values there. Okay, and see, we are still focused for that extra beautiful amount of time that we can have access to. Alright, now for the crazy fight with the kitty. So here, we're not really actually doing anything, so let's go for blood sacrifice. So we have some ichor that we can use along the way here when we get into a pinch. That is going to be way much more helpful and valuable and beneficial. So let's do this, and sure, why not? We'll just bring along a fireproof tonic for just insurance purposes. And the kitty fight, let's count. Let's see how many times we can get her to stagger from the heavy attacks. Okay, if we can hit her. And remember, we kind of want to get hit because it will allow us the ability to, you know, get focused here along the way. Good. So you can see if we can actually hit her, she pretty much staggers almost every single time, which is great. An impact wave sure does a number on her, but it's just a matter of if we can actually execute the attack, we can get her staggered, and we can get her into a position where we can actually strike her. That is typically the problem. Okay, now we're going to be focused like all the time, which is great. Okay, good. We can get all of our gifts going here, which is nice. See, and we just can't hit her, you know, when we want to. Okay, at least we're focused now. There we go. There. Oh, we pulled her out of the sky with that one. That was cool. Yeah, this is pretty brutal on Emily here, because she can't... Oh, we hit her in the air. That was cool. Oh, we took that hit. Let's get focused. There we go. And we'll do the one last strike. So you can see that she staggers quite a bit because of this setup with the overhead attacks, with impact wave, and with precision all active at the same time. And we are able to pretty much withstand most of her strikes because of the fact that, or we can withstand her strikes from being staggered because we are focused most of the time, and we also have Royal Heart active, which is really, really helpful because our blood veil is so very skimpy that it has almost no balance to it whatsoever. So our balance here is 129, which is really poor, and you definitely want something in the 160 range if you want to have some pretty good stagger resistance, which, being focused for very long periods of time as well as having Royal Heart active, it definitely helps with that. So this is a pretty fun way to play through the City of the Falling Flame here without any kind of real thought put into it, and it takes advantage of a weapon that has a very unique, interesting attack that you can't really use too much of the time because of the fact that it's such a long wind up and a very, very, very poor tracking model to where the enemies are. So keep that in mind. But when you're paired up with impact wave, it kind of doesn't matter. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you later. Bye.